All right, hey, welcome back everyone. It's Chris Wilson with upstreamvitality.com. You can head over onto that website. I have an ebook in the making and process, and when that's ready, I'll put the link out there for you guys to download my free ebook. That'll include a couple of meal plans, some general information about what I do and how you can help yourself, and a little bit about my health coaching services that I offer. And I just want to say, if you like the information that's provided on this YouTube channel, please subscribe, and if you know someone that it'll help, share it. Hit that thumbs up, like the video, leave a comment too. I go back and I read all the comments that are in each video, and I respond to as many as I can to the very best of my ability. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate your support. You can become a Patreon supporter of me if you like. I really do appreciate all the help I can get. I do work a full-time job in construction. I drive a dump truck, so you see me here in my mobile office. I am trying to transition full-time into my wellness practice. I am a true cellular detox practitioner. I am a holistic health coach and a nutrition therapist, and or a nutrition coach, whatever you want to call that. So I just thank you for tuning in and listening, and I wanted to continue on about talking about my wife, who is riddled by the big boys, the three heavy metals, the hidden infections, and in the last video, I didn't name the third one, but it is mold, more specifically Stachybotrys and black mold. And it is deadly. It can kill you. It can debilitate and ultimately ruin your health. And some people are the canary in the coal mine. I don't know if you've heard this before, but back in the days of coal mining, coal miners, or miners in general, of whatever they're oring out of the earth, would take with them a canary. And because most of the toxic stuff that is in our environments, heavy metals and other gases, they're odorless, they're tasteless, they are, and you can't see them, and they're there, but you don't know it. And so for the workers, they would take with them in the coal mine a canary. When the canary would die, that was sounds cruel, but when the canary would die, that was their cue for the workers to evacuate or get out of the coal mine, as the air was becoming too toxic to breathe. Now, a quarter of the population, that's 1 out of 4 people, 25% have a genetic expressed gene, or I wouldn't say it's a disorder, but they have this gene where that person is the canary in the coal mine, and they don't do well to certain toxic exposures, whether it's heavy metals, mold, hidden infections, especially all three. It can bring someone down in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, this is what happened with my wife. My wife had high amounts of aluminum, arsenic, lead, and especially high amounts of mercury because of her silver fillings that were in her teeth, which we had properly removed. And you can go to IAOMT.org and search for a biological dentist in your area. And that's what we did. And thank you to Doctors Jack and Heather Wolfson, author of The Paleocardiologist, because if it wasn't for that book, and Yahweh, who led me to that book, Yahweh, our Almighty, creator of the universe, if it wasn't for him who led me to this book, when I was browsing the book section in Natural Grocers, a health food store, I don't know if I would have been on this journey that I'm on right now, or how much longer it would have took me to get there. I chose that book because it was titled The Paleocardiologist, and my wife, when she was a younger girl, had an ablation done to redo the wiring or the circuitry within her heart, because she had what was called supraventricular tachycardia. And what that is an irregular or an arrhythmic heartbeat. In this case, a very rapid heartbeat, sometimes up in 200 beats per minute. That is just insane at how fast that is, you know? And she had this. And in about 2012 or 13, we had a smart meter that replaced our analog meter on our home. And at the time, I was unaware of the dangers of electromagnetic frequency and radio frequency and EMFs. And there's a whole bunch of information that you can search out there on your own. If you want, you can ask me and I will email you links. I will include them in my ebook so you can educate yourself on the dangers of EMFs and this silent epidemic of cell phone radiation and its harm. And I don't want to get off topic, but my wife's heart palpitations, her irregular heartbeat, the rapid heartbeat, returned upon installation of the smart meter that was on the other side of our bedroom wall. Now we weren't able to make the connection, and I'll never forget that I received the letter in my mail to opt out of getting a smart meter put on my house. Now today, I find that very interesting that they would allow you to opt out of getting one. I don't know, it's just something weird about that, you know? But we didn't know. We were just like, yeah, keeping up with the times, everything's going modern, sure, put it on. We threw it in the trash, threw away the letter, overlooked it, without doing a lick of research or as to why they would be saying, hey, we can choose to opt out. Like, why would they tell us that if this device is not harmful? You can go into your cell phone. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. I'll keep ranting, but I'm going into the legal section on my cell phone. I've got a Samsung Galaxy S9, and I'm shooting this video off of a Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So I'm just going to go down here into the About phone. I'm going to go to the legal information, and I'm going to go into, let's see, Samsung legal, and I'll show you that on here. I don't know how well you can see that, but the top one is health and safety. The second is warranty. There's arbitration agreement, end user license agreement, and so on. But let's click on health and safety. Let me just read some of these. It's got English and Spanish. We're choosing English. And then it shows 2 links that you can download for the actual website page that's more detailed. But anyway, this goes in to say that health and safety information mobile device. Caution to avoid electric shock and damage to your device. And it tells you more. Okay, exposure to RF signals. Let's click on that subtitle. Now, it says exposure to radio frequency signals. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, this is the U.S. FDA, has published information for consumers relating to radio frequency exposure from wireless phones. The FDA publication includes the following information. Do cell phones pose a health hazard? Many people are concerned that cell phone radiation will cause cancer or other serious health hazards. The weight of scientific evidence has not linked cell phones with any health problems. Now, this is where your own personal research has to come for your safety, because what they're basing their guidelines on is the FCC, which is the Federal Communications Commission, which is ran by lobbyists of the telecommunications industry and by people within the government. How do I know this? Because there's a documentary called Generation Zapped that you can look up on Amazon and watch, I think for $4.99. They ran it for free. I have a copy. If you email me at Ketoguide.com, I will get you a copy for free. I don't know if I can do that by just redoing the link, but just email me and you can watch this, and this will bring you up to speed of everything you need to know about EMFs, smart meters, and the such. But our phones warn us about the health hazards. Cell phones emit low levels of radio frequency energy. They talk about now the movie, the documentary, and as research will entail, and you can go to Mercola.com, which is the #1 rated health website for the last 20 years. You can type in EMF dangers and hit the search bar, and articles will be pulled up from Dr. Joseph Mercola, who's an MD, and it will show you all of the information pertaining to EMF exposure, risk, and danger to your health. And it's just, I don't have time to sit and read all this because I'm driving, but go into your phone and read it, and then go search up everything to see if what they say is true. Back to my wife. My wife, in the last video, I said there was a third I named off that she was plagued by heavy metals and hidden infections, which are two of the three big boys, and there was a third. The third is mold, black mold, Stachybotrys. Lots of information. You can get a handful of information on black mold from Dr. Jill Carnahan and Dr. Schumacher. Dr. Jill Carnahan is, I think, drjillcarnahan.com. She practices out of Boulder, Colorado. Anyway, she's got free ebooks and free resources on mold and black mold. And it's just not the black mold that we have to look at. We're exposed to mold in our food, our coffee, and especially grain products. And it's the mycotoxins that's released from the mold that's contained in the food products that can also harm your body and your health. So I wanted to talk about that because my wife was riddled by the black mold, and I believe she was the canary in the coal mine, as I explained earlier. She was battling chronic fatigue and pains that came out of nowhere in her neck, in her joints, immense brain fog, bloating, and you would probably want to relate the diet or the bloating to the diet, like as an unhealthy diet. But we eat super good, and it's crazy the allergic response and reactions she has to things like kale, spinach, lettuces, cilantros. I mean, she eats an avocado and she's like, I'm bloated. Bone broth, I'm bloated. And the reason this is because there's hidden infections, hidden biotoxins that mold produces. And it can cause a host of other things I don't have time to get into today, but I just wanted to share with you. She was plagued by these three, and it's only been like 6 months, and we're still, like I mentioned this in the last video, we have done 25 plus years of damage to our bodies. A 3-day detox, a 10-day detox, heck, my 90-day detox program isn't going to save you. However, my 90-day detox program will set you up on course to getting your health back faster, because these are physician grade supplements and they actually get to a cellular level, as opposed to many that you find on the shelves of health stores and etc. And I myself am a true cellular detox practitioner, and you can only get these through a practitioner such as myself. And so many of the supplements at the store are comprised of herbal components, and they just don't do a good job. They don't reach the cellular level. Oftentimes, as Dr. Pampa says, they act as the old street cleaners. They go around, you see the street cleaners with the brushes on them, they do this, and they're just stirring up all the dust, and the dust falls around somewhere else. Well, that's what these health food store detoxes do. They don't truly bind on to the toxins and excrete or eliminate them from the body. Instead, they just recirculate them and auto-intoxicate or retox, meaning they're redistributing the toxins from one spot out of the body and just letting it recirculate through, and it's just called trouble. That's what it's called, meaning it's just going to cause your symptoms to prolong. It's going to cause your healing to prolong. And no, my wife's not 100%, but what we are doing is we are getting her back to 100%, and it's through true cellular detox and proper chelation to get the metals out of her body. You see, because they get locked down deep into the tissue and they bioaccumulate over time, especially when you're exposed to mold, heavy metals of any kind, and hidden infections, root canals, Lyme disease, cavitations. All of these cause an effect, and all it takes, as he has trained me through his articles and everything that I've seen him talk about, takes a perfect storm to combine the big three to come together and tip your toxic overload to where your body just spins out of control, and you are now on a downward spiral of just gravely sick. And so I was talking about this in my last video. You know, we had to remove the source of the toxins. So we moved out of our moldy home. We removed the mercury, the cavitation, the infected root canal, and now we are in the process of gaining her life back through proper true cellular detox and chelation, which is the removal of toxic metals and other biotoxins. And so I wanted to go back and talk about whenever we were regenerating the cell membrane. You have to do this because when the cell membrane becomes inflamed and rigid, you cannot get the toxins out and you cannot get the good stuff in. So our number 2, which is regenerating the cellular membrane, it plays a critical role or a big part in everything, even changing the DNA, the epigenetics, if you will, so that you start expressing symptoms and conditions you don't like. That's what happens if you don't properly remove these metals out. However, when you start regenerating the cell membrane and strengthening its detox pathways, you can then move the toxic metals out and get the good nutrients and stuff you need in to make, you know, better functioning mitochondria to create ATP, because that's, after all, what provides your energy, and you get that through your food you eat to create cellular energy. You need cellular energy for virtually everything that you do, from blinking to passing gas, you know, from taking a breath. And if you have no cellular energy, if your cells are not capable of being in a healthy state, this is how someone ages quickly and can get detrimental illnesses such as cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, cardiovascular disease, and the list goes on and on and on. However, the component 2, not R2, but the second component of doing so in this 3-step phase, we had talked about prepping the body and strengthening her cells before she went into the procedure. And now we're talking about once she had the stuff removed, we got her on a body phase where it's opening up the downward pathways of detoxification. And let alone, she had intravenous vitamin C, she had glutathione support, and this is all included in her plan. When she was down there at Marble Falls, Dr. Stewart, Nunnally, Freeman, and Owen's office, they include that in your protocol if you ask for it. It might be a couple $100 extra or whatever, but I mean, to me, I was like, I don't care, whatever it takes to get your life and your health back. I'll go as broke as a joke, because I'd rather be happy and broke than misery or miserable, knowing that you feel this way. And don't get me wrong, look, I want to be fully transparent here. We still have our days of ups and downs because we're still on track to getting our lives back. It's not just you wake up and everything's all sunshine and butterflies. Now, you do have those days, but we're still going through our ups and downs. And so what I'm trying to do is just, the process that we're going through, that I'm learning from, is I want to educate you in how to do the same thing so you too can get your life back, or get to the point to achieve optimal health that you're wanting to, because maybe you're stuck. Maybe you're hitting a plateau. Maybe you can't drop that last 15 to 20 pounds. And there's a lot of environmental factors that we can look at to determine and investigate, well, maybe that's the cause, you know? So the second component of the True Cellular Detox program is getting these downstream detox pathways ready and healing and strengthening the gut. Remember earlier in a previous video, I had said that you are what you eats, but you're more specifically what you can digest. So if you can't digest your foods, then you're not going to be able to get the main nutrients that your body needs anyway, regardless of how healthy you eat. And so just for a little bit of education here, your liver is what dumps bile into the gut with all the toxins. And that's why we have to truly bind these toxins to get them out of the system so you can be symptom free and toxin free. And these health food store detox programs, chlorella and cilantro and spirulina and all these, and 3-day and 10-day colon cleanses, juice fasts and whatever, you know, yeah, they might do great for the first month or two, but you're still going to get back to a point of no return. And it's because they're recirculating the toxins around, and they're stirring up the bee's nest, like taking a broom handle and shoving it up a beehive and doing this a whole bunch. And what's it going to do? It's going to make those bees angry, mad, and they're going to be buzzing around, flying around. That's what these toxins are doing in your body. So we want to bind these toxins properly and get them out of the liver, and not have them dumped into the upper GI tract, where they'll be reabsorbed through the small intestine and recirculate. And that's how we retox or auto-intox ourselves. And I'm going to end this video here, and I'll get back with you on how you can restore your vitality. You can check out upstreamvitality.com. I'll have something new uploaded on there each day. It's still under construction. I'm the only web developer. I don't have the money to resource out to pay someone to do it for me, so I've put in a lot of time and effort to get it to where it's at now. So bear with me, please. You can always email me at ketoguide.com, ketoguide@yahoo.com. KETOGUIDE at yahoo.com. Excuse me. I gotta stop and get some water. I'm all out. But if you find this video helpful, informational, please like it, share it, and please subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to bring a level of knowledge to the general public to help you get your life back. Please come to me for any advice, health coaching that you would like, or if you know anybody that you think could benefit from my services, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And remember to leave your comments. I interact and answer every single one to the best of my ability. If there's a topic you want me to look into, please, by all means, leave it down in the comment section below underneath the video, and I will respond. In the meantime, have a healthy day, folks. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for watching, and you have a blessed day. Until next time, everyone, be an advocate of your own health. Take care.